It's old men playing World of Tanks. Hey everybody, 4Tankers and Dog here. Actually, old man this time. This replay was a solo battle in the Czech Tier 10 light tank, the Tesák here on Pearl River. It was a great fun battle, so I wanted to go ahead and share it with you all. Now, as the battle starts, one of the first things I'm thinking about in any battle in my light tank is, am I racing to the hill, wherever that is? And do I want to go ahead and take an alternate configuration? I always have one equipment configuration with a turbo, and I just switched to it, and also one loadout consumable configuration with fuel. I went ahead and chose those, so instead of taking the whole vision kit, right, which I had CVS and optics and a muffler and stuff, I'm doing optics, turbo, and a V-stab. And over on my consumables, again, fuel, I went ahead and dropped the fire extinguisher. I don't actually have the fire extinguishing skill, I think, on my, is it radio operator? I don't even have that, but, you know, if you're a light tank and you get slammed and set on fire, then your day's probably over anyway. We're actually top tier. We're one of two top tier tanks. But essentially on this map, right, I could go ahead and push towards the flag. I'm not really a fan of that with light tanks, especially from this start. From the opposite start, I like to go to this bush right here. You can see on the mini-map right there. You can actually get great vision across this whole zone here. From the opposite side, it doesn't really work so well. There aren't really any good bushes anymore. And, you know, down in the valley, you can actually get some good bushes, but if you get lit, you know, you're in the middle of the valley. You have to run through water to get away. You're just totally screwed. So usually what I do on this map is basically race for the hill. So I go ahead and load the turbo. I load the fuel. I go ahead and choose which ammo type I want to load. Now, what I'll often do is go ahead and load HE first. If I think I'm going to face the enemy light tank, let's see, what is it? They also have a Tesák. They have a Future 4, which is relatively lightly armored. So if I'm going to meet them, I will go ahead and load an HE clip, right? Because the HE ammo does twice the damage, even though the penetration is 50. Whereas the standard AP ammo, it's only 12 hit points per shot. Obviously, it'll pen a lot more, but if I'm going to go up against an enemy light tank, like this is, like the number one thing about the Czech light tanks is that they may not be the best scouts in the world, but they are really good anti-scouts. Load that HE clip and get ready to just smash the enemy light tank, and then once you poke their eyes out, you can kind of control the game. Now I'm going to go ahead and actually stop here and flip it around and basically try to, like I could just go run off, right? I could go run off into that upper Abbey area. But if somebody shows up here, being able to pinch them between me and my allies who are coming up behind me would be ideal. So I'm going to pause here momentarily, go ahead and see what's going on, and then once they've cleared the zone, I'll go ahead and spin it around and then head over to try to get some lights on the enemy team who may be moving around. And here I just switched over to AP ammo as well, because that's not going to be a light tank that I see. Go ahead and back around the corner really quick here. I don't want to get shot by tank destroyers that might be camping out in their base, right? So I back around that corner as quick as possible. I'm not looking to get damage. I'm just looking to spot things, make the Caro think twice about coming up towards the top, all that kind of good stuff. As soon as I'm dark, I'm going to go ahead and now run down, go past the shark tank, and kind of work my way around the base, kind of using, you know, I don't have my whole vision kit, but generally I've got, oh, is there, can you shoot him? No, can't shoot him. What about the cal? No. Oh, they're pointing at us. Run away. I'm probably lit, and I don't have my whole full vision kit, but certainly as a light tank, you know, I'm generally more camoed up than the enemy vehicles and stuff. Now, this is interesting. So they're pushing up the one line. Notice the T-54 there. Looks like the Iron Arnie is out in the open. Let's go ahead and peek out. Oh, Jesus Christ. Golly gee willikers. You know, this thing really does work well. So they have somebody on cap. I don't really care. The Panther 2 and the T-54 are pushing on the one line. And they're not opposed over there. And so I go ahead and load a gold clip. And what I'm looking here for is for them to rush the T-22. And I'm going to help them out as much as I can. I can't do a huge amount, especially with the premium ammo. And again, something weird about the Czech light tanks here is, see, the premium ammo does less damage. It's only 9 hit points of damage per shot. Penetration is substantially more, but also the pricing is very, very similar. It's not priced like classic gold ammo. In fact, if I remember correctly, the HE ammo is the most expensive by a teeny amount. It's like their standard, the AP ammo, and I want to say APCR is 10% more, and then HE is another 10% more, something like that. So they're priced very similar, and they really have 3 different potentials. I think it's fantastic. I wish all the ammo in World of Tanks was like this, where APCR maybe did a bit less damage, but had more penetration, was basically a yin and yang balanced ammo shot, as opposed to simply pay the gold for an unequivocally better shot of, well, damage sometimes, but penetration definitely. So I'm kind of ignoring everything else. I'm also watching the minimap. You know, it looks like we're kind of winning the heavy zone. We definitely are controlling the middle okay. You know, the enemy team could jump 3 onto cap at any moment. There's so many of those red circles unspotted at the bottom. I'm definitely trying to pay attention to the timer, especially once that one player gets up to like 50%. If all of a sudden 3 jump on, then, you know, the timer all of a sudden goes from like 1.5 minutes down to like 30 seconds. It can happen really quickly if you're not paying attention. But most of all, I'm just watching. These medium tanks are inevitably going to come jumping out on my allies. Let's go ahead and fire some shots. Oh, and here they go. Here's 54 coming out. I don't do a huge amount of damage, but I definitely kind of, you know, get their attention and get them worried about just standing there in the open. Again, I'm moving back and forth again. I'm looking for vision. Anybody going to reinforce the Renegade, trying to get them spotted. There's the Caliban, which is back there. The T-54 is almost dead. Panther 2. The Panther 2 is... Oh, who do we have here? Centurion! Now, again, our damage total here isn't that awesome because we were shooting the APCR ammo. But it was decent. It was decent. It was something like 400 damage. Quick reload, about 15 seconds, and... Oh, we could have got him if we only had a teeny... Just a few seconds faster. Nope, he's not in front of us. Oh, but the Panther 2 is. We'll go ahead and finish off our clip there and pull back, just dodge a shot. They're both one-shots now. It's down to 1 minute and 10 seconds. Less than that. Almost just a minute on the cap. So this is very important. Go ahead and pull out our clip again. We got it reloaded. There are 2 on cap. It is now 25 seconds. And now we see that, and we just go ahead and go. And unfortunately, it would be better if I was fully dark and then raced in. But the 54 was staring at me, and he gets a shot into me, and I'm lit immediately. But I'm going to go for it, right? It's 24 seconds. Nobody else can make it. I am the only one who can save the match. All right, we're rolling in. Did some damage, turned left. We're moving away from his gun line. We're dragging his gun to the side, right? TDs always are very inaccurate as they rotate their tracks, generally speaking. And so I'm racing to the left, making the tortoise turn towards me. And I'm trying to get the angle to look towards the other guy in the cap circle, whoever he is, I presume on the right-hand side, to go ahead and get some damage. All I need to do is 1 point of damage in the tortoise. That's all I needed. I need 1 point of damage on each, and then I can hide before everybody who's around me is to be shooting me. There's the Renegade. Go ahead and put in some shots. He gets a shot into me. I pull back. There we go. Now, I've bought my team 1.5 minutes, right? A huge amount of time. I've reset them both. We're up by a tank. We're up by 1,000 damage. And the whole team has now come in towards the cap circle substantially. That just absolutely saved the game there. And I kind of feel at this point, even though we're not way ahead, we totally have map control and we have every angle of fire around the enemy. Now, it is just a matter of time. We just need to make sure we don't throw it away, and let's farm some damage. All right, we're going to pause here momentarily, kind of thinking what to do. Then we're going to rush me and stuff. Then I'm going to go ahead and fix my ammo rack and go ahead and also hit a reload here back to AP ammo. The Centurion there is also moving in towards reset. We're now up by 2 gun barrels, although only 500 damage. I don't want to peek up right where I was. I'm going to go ahead and come spinning around and kind of see if I can get behind the enemy who are probably looking towards the cap circle. Whoa! T-30. We get a few shots of damage for giggles. Now, if he pushed me, if he tried to come over that ridge towards me, what would I do, right? I would not aim to do damage against him. I would aim at his track and try to track him in place. And then I would hold my fire until he repaired his track, and I would do it again. I would try to stay under this curve. Even though the T-30 has great gun depression, this curve is way too steep for his gun depression. And so if I could track him in place, so the Char Future 4 and those other heavies that are coming could nail him, that would be fantastic. So I'm kind of thinking run away so he can't just rush me, but also if he did rush me, don't forget about going for the tracks and immobilizing, especially when you've got so many shots in your clip. You can really just knock those tracks out relatively easily. I think the Future 4 just bounced a shot off him. He seems like he's content to just sit there, and that's fine. We're going to keep him lit, keep him distracted, keep him from engaging over on the cap circle. The AMX M4 is coming around. Our other heavy tanks are continuing to come in, so this is all good stuff. Go ahead and peek up again. Can we get him lit? Where is he? There's a reset. Oh, the BZ-58-2. Again, we back up again. We don't want him to just rush us. Is he looking at us, though? We're kind of peeking up, trying to figure out, is he looking at us or the AMX? I'm not really sure if he's paying attention. Oh, yes, he is looking at me. We back down here. He actually misses me. We get a little bit of damage for giggles. All right, well, we got everybody lit now, and we definitely have their attention. We go ahead and actually hit the reload. Now, when I hit the reload, I could have backed all the way up. I decided not to. I'm going to stay there and stay peeking up and lighting because I don't want them to realize I'm doing a reload, right? It's only 15 seconds, but still, don't forget to bluff when you're reloading. Peeking up again. All right, the BZ-58-2 is moving away towards the AMX. So I wonder, like, look, the T-30 is looking the wrong way. I can't tell you how many times in World of Tanks I've thought, oh, my ally has my back. I can concentrate on more important things. Only to then be looking the wrong way, and sure enough... Oh, Jesus Christ. Whoa! The BZ-58-2 is like, oh, I left my buddy. I left my wingman. Silly me. So I'm deciding if I want to go ahead and pursue him or go away. But my Skoda T-56 is showing up. BZ just fired. Let's go ahead and move in. I fire one shot briefly, then I realize the STRV is there. So I actually let off the fire trigger, zoom into first person, try to line up some shots, and I get him dead. Nice. Not a huge amount of damage, but getting the gun barrels off the board. We're kind of tied hit point wise, but 11-8 is really looking good. Go ahead and hit the reload while the Skoda can go ahead and watch things for me. The BZ just fired, so I'm going to go ahead and move up. And actually the BZ moves around the hill, which allows me to come up and go ahead and do a big flanking move. There should be a Char Future 4 up here somewhere. He looks very low hit points. I can take one hit. And the reload in the Future 4 is what, 3.5, 4 seconds? Something like that? Lock on the auto aim. We blow half a clip. Do we want to just run in and take a hit? Nah, I go ahead and hit the reload. There's a full hit point tortoise on the cap circle to go farm. The BZ-58 is going to take a while to get up that slope, so let's just come on over here. Oh, is that juicy or what? Another 652 damage. He's turning around. He gives up on me. He's looking at the Future 4. I go ahead and move up here. As I reload, I see a full hit point Caliban to go tickle. No, don't quite have the angle. Got to move a little more. Not a crazy amount of damage. It's amazing, actually, how much armor a Caliban actually has. Caliban's one of those weird tanks. Anyway, at this point, it looks like we have it won. And so I'm just going to go ahead and YOLO in. I'm almost got my reload done. I'm daring him to shoot me. I know how inaccurate those things are. Again, I'm trying to drag him sideways. He fires directly into the pond. We go wrap around him and nuke him. Go ahead and reload again. Almost up to 4,000 damage. The tortoise, if I were him, I'd be looking at us. Or maybe the T-70, the 777. I could move over here, and I'm looking for the BZ. I expect him to be chasing me or looking at me. So I'll go ahead and pull up in this teeny little bush. He's not there. I go sliding left, and he does actually pop out. So I go ahead. Well, he hits me, but I hit him. I have a little bit of my clip left, so I go ahead. Now, coming down here, if I just drove off, I would die. What you need to do is you need to, like, get an angle and kind of, like, skateboard ramp your way down, right? So we get an angle and come sliding down, lock on our auto aim, we get another kill. There goes the tortoise. Spin down into cap before the BZ can peek out on us. We got another clip reloading. He fired. We're just going to rush him now. Let's just go ahead and go for it. If we can get a 6th kill, that would be pretty spiffy. Now again, I'm going to come in tight and then go wide and force him to aim and rotate around on me. I should have held my ammo, and also if you noticed, it wasn't a full clip. I'm kind of running low on ammo. That was like a half, 3/4 clip of ammo. So I'm out of ammo, so I can't kill him, and I can't turn hard enough to ram him. I flubbed it. That probably would have been an ace tanker or something. Anyway, he gets a shot into me, he kills me, and he dies, and that's the ball game there. Let's go ahead and go to the post-game stats. That's really annoying. What the hell's up with WOT replays? Unknown file format? Something is broken. All right, let's do WOT record. I just chose them from random of the various World of Tanks replay sites out there. Anyway, that was a great battle. 863 shots fired, 581 hits, 385 penetrations for 4,245 damage. 1,500 of that at pretty good distance, which is actually kind of funny for that kind of gun. We only got 700 assisted damage, which, you know, what are you going to do? But we got 100 base defense points, which is pretty darn spiffy. We only spotted 4 vehicles, but we damaged we damaged 11 and destroyed 5. Damn, that is pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. We even made a tidy profit. It was a great battle. The team score, we were tops in XP. We were second highest in damage. The Future 4 almost pipped us out there. Let's go ahead and see what's interesting going on here. Well, basically, our team was the Future 4 and I. That was about it. We got some decent scores, and then a bunch of sub 1000s. Wow. Interesting. The Leopard 1, my other tier 10 vehicle, only got in, what is that, 2 hits of damage? 2 hits of damage. Wow. Although he did block a shot with his armor, which is pretty hilarious too. Their Iron Arnie got zeroed out. Ouch. Their Tesák, interesting. He did 1,200 points of damage, but he is second lowest in XP on their team. Wow. That's pretty crazy. The T-30 got smashed. Centurion, right? We caught him out in the open. He got, 2 shots of damage, actually. Or 3. 2 penetrations, but didn't do much. Didn't do much indeed. Who else? Their Caliban did pretty good. 2,000 damage with that big boomstick ain't half bad. Their Tortoise definitely chased us around a bunch, but yeah, their biggest player was definitely that BZ58-2. But we teased him pretty good there at the end after he ran out of friends. That was good enough for a first class, my very first class actually in this vehicle. And a bunch of other medals, Fire for Effect, Fighter, Bruiser. We've got a Defender, of course, and also a Confederate. We damaged a whole lot of the enemy team. That was a lot of fun. Again, I've really enjoyed these Czech light tanks. They've been a lot of fun. 2 thumbs up. You know, do I think they're better or more effective than other options? Like, I don't know, is a Tesák better than an AMX 13105 or various things? It's pretty good. Now down at tier 9 is the Selma, right? Is that thing better than like a T-49 with a derp gun or the 1390? I don't think so much. I think it's a lot weaker actually at tier 9. Whereas at tier 10, the Tesák really, it's pretty good. It's I gotta say, it's pretty damn good. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you appreciate content like this. Please like, please subscribe, please share this, all of those kinds of good things. Thank you for watching. Good hunting, and carry hard.
Say it. Tesák.
Okay, now I need to start my recording over again.
Should I say it? Tesák.